Good afternoon. It's January 15th, 2026, and we have a small class here of an online presentation. Today is a simple rule that builds wealth. We only have one chance of getting this right. Hi, I'm Mike Bogdan. I'm over here at the Nest Egg Financial Group on our Financial Soup channel, and we're going to be talking about something here called save and then spend. It's a different way of looking at things here. It's a simple switch on how you handle your money. So how to build real wealth over time. To reiterate, we only have one chance of getting this right. So we're going to start with the same income. We're going to switch in order of how you pay your bills and things to get some different results and show you how to do it automatically. So typically what we see across the board here, and if you have any questions, please feel free to chat in on the chat lines. It's a backwards budget, okay? People spend everything and then they save what's left over. So you get a paycheck, you get paid, you pay your bills, you spend, you go out dining, subscriptions, stuff, buy stuff for the kids, grandkids, whatever. And then when you don't have enough money to buy what you want, you put it on a credit card. And then you even try to save what's left over, even though there's not typically anything left over. This is a true recipe for accumulating debt and possibly retiring in poverty. What we're going to be talking about today, and before you go any further on this, we're going to show you how to do it, is how to flip it around into something called save and then spend. You decide how much goes to the future you immediately as a number one priority, and then you live on what's left over. The future you, you are the only person ultimately responsible for your own financial well-being. So this rearrangement of priorities goes to you're going to get paid, you're going to save and invest first, then you're going to pay your bills. And then if you want, you could spend on dining out subscriptions, and you want to stay away from the compulsive or impulsive buying of the credit card temptation. So for an example here, let's talk about the lazy way here. Say, for example, you got an income of $6,000. Housing, food, car expenses, subscriptions, purchases, all this add up, and you say, hey, I have $100 left over here. Okay, some people are happy with this, but look at the priority here. You're on the bottom here. You're saving what's left over. So what do you do here? You got to figure out how to budget or how to at least put things down on paper or use a spreadsheet or get some assistance. All right. So let's take a quick look here. If you flip this around, well, who's number one priority? You are. All right. So income of $6,000. Let's put in $1,000 of savings because that's a number that we came up with on what's your number, how you're going to live on in your future. So we get $1,000 here, and you spend on what's left over here. All right. Past purchases should go down to zero. Why in the world can you, or how in the world can you save for future purchases if you have past purchases not covered yet? So how to get out of debt? Trim your subscriptions, car expenses, food, which is going up like crazy, and housing and so forth here. But the number one thing here, pay yourself first, adjust your lifestyle to the leftovers, and identify patterns here to cut back further and to save even more. Now, what's an untapped benefit here is that once you start getting this over a couple months or a couple years, as you get older in retirement, you're not a minimalist at that point, but you definitely have a lot more degrees of freedom and opportunities of doing what you want going forward because you have a better cash flow. So the question is, why do you want to do this? What do you do with that $1,000 here? So let's take a look at compounding here. Say, for example, you want $1 million goal or 2 million or 3 million. You just got to multiply these numbers by that factor. In 40 years of accumulation monthly to get $1 million, you only need at 6% interest about $500 a month. If you need 2 million, obviously you need twice that. 3 million, three times this. But anyway, this here is to show you the time value of money and the importance of compound interest over a long period of time. So take a look here. If you're 30 years away, that 502 at 6% went up to 995 per month. If you're 10 years away, you're at 6,000 per month. And if you're 5 years away, you're at 14,000 per month. So where's the best place you want to be? You want to save as long as possible and the highest rate of return possible. You definitely don't want to wait to the end, shortest period of time with the lowest interest rate possible here. So time value of money compounding is extremely important. If you're 25, 35, or even 45 years old, you have all sorts of opportunities here of getting everything on track. So what we've done over the years, I created a spreadsheet 15, 20 years ago now, is you got to find out, where your money is going, where your dollars are going. You got to understand your cash flow. You got to pay for past purchases. You got to maintain and trim current services, and you got to save for future purchases. So all these things here are very, very important. So what I've done here on this Excel spreadsheet, and if you wish, I can provide a copy of this to you participants. Takes a look at what your past purchases are on a monthly payment and what the monthly balance is, what you're paying for present services like cable, cell phone, things of that nature, and future purchases like retirement and home and vacation and things of that nature. What's neat about this sheet is that it's both I hate to say it, an integral and a differential, but it gives you rates and accumulations because it'll show you net worth and cash flow. And the whole intent here is trimming out past purchases, taking that cash flow and putting it over to invest in for future purchases. Extremely important. You can do this however you wish, but definitely you got to get it done. If you need help, I can help you doing it here. So as we complete this quick course here, what you want to do is you automate your savings and payments. It's not difficult. If you do automatic transfers to an investment or a savings account, you're way ahead of the game. You can automate your bill payments. That way you know the bills are always paid on time. And just keep track on your gas, electric, and usage bills, and especially your subscriptions like cable and Netflix and things of that nature. These are all build some good financial habits, and obviously late fees and penalties and high interest rates would absolutely crush you on your goal of creating wealth. Now, as we plan for the future here, the question is, what's your number? Do you need $1 million? Do you need $2 million? Do you need 150,000 a year to retire? Do you need $60,000 worth to retire? Now, all those answers can be gotten, on a chat GPT, but more importantly, I resort to my HP 10B that I bought, let's just say, several decades ago. Everything is done a simple calculation, and you can figure out what your financial goal is, how you had to save, where you have to save, some investment options and opportunities, and to regularly review your progress. You can do this on your own, or if you want, we can help you out with a consultation online through Zoom or however you wish. And you should really get a financial advisor. As I mentioned, or you can take a look at the website, I've been doing this for several years, and I'm going more into an education mode now and a coaching mode as I see people get younger and younger every year, and they need just as much help as ever. So in order to get in touch, all you have to do is email me. Here's my email address, mrb@thenestegg.net, and the website, thenestegg.net, or 724-387-9128. Now, we have these tips and tricks and a whole bunch of other stuff here on our Financial Soup channel. So check it out. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to add into our community. Okay? Thanks.